welcome back to the Gran Turismo Online League. It is time for one of the most anticipated races of the season, Spec E46 at Road Atlanta. This is bound to be a fun one here tonight, man. I have been really looking forward to this one. Love some Spec E46 racing. Have seen these guys race in real life, so this is bound to be a fun one here this evening. We have a stacked field here tonight, the largest field we have had this season since the Daytona 50.0, and they are about to do battle on the 2+ mile road course nestled in upstate Georgia. This is going to be a fun one. Qualifying just concluded a few minutes ago. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Gavin Morrison got another pole here tonight with an excellent lap at 129.5. David Pinkston Jr. trying to keep his championship hopes alive. He's going to have to finish 8 points ahead of the points leader, though, if he wants to do so. David Pinkston rolls off P2, P3. The points leader, Javen Tucker, coming off yet another win, his 5th win of the season. Could he make history tonight and win the most races in all time over all series in all of GTO, and most wins in a season if he could do it tonight? Trevor Levine, happy to have him back with us. He'll roll off P4, P5, Colin McKevitt, P6, another guy trying to keep his championship hopes alive, Jack McKevitt, P7, Dante Corrado. He's got to finish within 8 spots of Javen Tucker to keep his championship hopes alive. P8 will be Cross Alberti. Good to have him back. P9, Peter Braxton. Excellent run through him. He's been really fast throughout practice. Keep an eye on him. P10 will be Austin Minnick. P11, Board Wharton. P12, Isaiah Smith. And P13, Isaac Newton. We got a stacked field here tonight. Let's talk to a couple drivers before we get this thing going. Let's see if we can talk to the pole sitter, Gavin Morrison. What's up, Gavin? You're rolling off on the pole here tonight. Looking for another win here tonight. How you feeling going into this one?
Feeling pretty good. As long as I can just get through the first lap or two and just stay consistent, then I have a good feeling about it.
Well, good job on the pole here tonight. You don't have the pressure of points on you, so you can definitely go get this one without any pressure. Good luck. Let's talk to the P2 starter. Let's see if we can talk to David Pinkston. What's up, David? You're on off P2 here tonight. Man, you got to do some magic here tonight to stay within championship eligibility. So how you feeling about your chances here tonight?
I don't think I had the best odds, if I'm being honest, but I'm going to try.
Well, it doesn't hurt to try, so good luck rolling off P2, David Pinkston. And let's talk to one more driver. Let's talk to the points leader and the guy rolling off P3, Javen Tucker. What's up, Javen, man? You have the chance to make history here tonight if you can win this race. How are you feeling about your chances rolling off P3?
Well, I feel like the chances are there, especially since I'm away from the 22 car. I feel like if he gets near me, then my day will end.
Well, that's not a good thing. So you have a pretty decent points lead heading in this race. You could clinch the title next race. Even this race, if a lot of cards fall your direction. So how you feeling with not that much pressure on you with points-wise and with that record on the line for most wins of all time?
Yeah, I'm just really going after the record today. The pressure is there to do it, but, you know, being in a good spot on points definitely makes it a little bit easier.
Well, good luck tonight. Looking forward to see what we can do. And that's going to be all for drivers' interviews. Let's waste no more time. We are going trackside to get this thing going. 20 laps at Road Atlanta for the Spec E46 cars. These BMWs ready to bash it out here on this beautiful road course, one of my favorite road courses. It's such a fun track to drive, such a beautiful track to see in person. And it is bound to put some beautiful racing here together tonight. Gavin Morrison, David Pinkston Jr., make up your front row as we are ready to go racing at Road Atlanta. The crowd is on their feet. The lights are about to go out. The green flag is in the air. We are racing here in upstate Georgia. The Spec E46 is the slant 6 of BMW 3-liter engines. Roar to life in the turn run. 3 wide. Javen Tucker takes a look to the inside of Gavin Morrison. He clears it for the lead in the turn 1. What a move from Javen Tucker. The field fanning out behind them. Here they come into the S's. This is one of the difficult parts of the racetrack. Hard to keep these things steady through here as Javen Tucker has a rear view mirror full of Gavin Morrison. The field mostly able to keep it clean through the S's so far. The field of 13 cars winds their way up the hill. A lot of elevation changes at this racetrack. Really can upset the car, upset the balance. Gavin Morrison taking a look, trying to look to the inside of Javen Tucker. He's there. They make a little contact again. Side by side for leader. Here comes Colin McKevitt. Colin McKevitt last race here, winner for GTO. He won the Trans Am race here. Here comes the pack fanning out once again down the long back straightaway. We're going to see some really high top speed here tonight out of these little BMWs. Here comes Gavin Morrison trying to make a move. Javen Tucker with the block. Gavin Morrison side by side for the lead as they head into the chicane. Here they come to the chicane, another difficult part of the racetrack. Javen Tucker went a little wide on entry. That opens the door for Gavin Morrison. More contact made. Can Morrison get there? He's all over the rear bumper of that machine. The pack nose to tail as they wind their way down the final turn. That final turn is one of the hardest turns to get right here at this racetrack. Carrying a lot of momentum, a lot of speed. Man, Javen Tucker is throwing block after block to keep that Gavin Morrison machine behind him. These guys are still pretty close so far. Tucker holding his own at the lead. Morrison trying to track him down. Colin McKevitt holding his own in P3, but battling hard with David Pinkston Jr., the second place starter. Here they come through the S's for the second time. Some more distance between the cars, starting to get a little spread out here. Here they come into the top hat. These double apex corner, these two separate corners. Mess up one corner is going to mess up the next corner. It's really, you got to be really precise through here. Really take it easy. Here we come on to the back straightaway once again. Tucker with a 0.5 of a second advantage, starting to grow just a touch. Morrison trying to reel him in down this back stretch. Gavin Morrison does not want to let that number 99 car get out of his sight, because he knows once Javen Tucker sniffs that clean air, once Javen Tucker gets out of the pressure of a car behind him, he is gone. Gavin Morrison with an excellent entry to that chicane. What can they do coming down the hill to the stripe to complete lap number 3? No big movers so far throughout the pack. We got a hell of a race back here, side by side for 10th and 11th, and a 4-car battle going on back here for P10. Peter Braggs and Isaiah Smith, Isaac Newton all in that. Gavin Morrison and Javen Tucker have pulled away from the third place car, which is now David Pinkston Jr. Jr.'s trying to track down these leaders, and he's doing a pretty good job at doing so. 4-car battle back here, 4th on through 7th. Dante Corrado has to finish within 8 spots if he wants to stay eligible for the championship. As it sits right now, Javen Tucker could technically clinch the championship here tonight. It'll be the first time someone has clinched the championship before the final race in a GTO season since the first season ever of GTO. It's been that long. Someone's always had a chance at Blue Moon, but Javen Tucker could be the man to change all of that here within the next 2 races. Tucker now with a second advantage over Gavin Morrison. Morrison under fire from David Pinkston Jr. in that black BMW. Oh, we got a car around. That's Trevor Levine spinning out of the top 5. Unfortunate break for the number 11 car. He's able to get it back going, though. That's a really tough break for him. Now, that's a really good thing for Dante Corrado, though. He needs every single position, every single point that he can get with this points battle. As Javen Tucker continues to hold his own, starting to trek away just a touch. That's the fastest lap of the race, was set around last time by with a 129, an excellent lap by him. Mostly spread out now through the top half of the pack. This guy is starting to settle into a groove, get into that rhythm, start setting some good lap times. Dante Corrado is starting to track down Jack McKevitt just a touch if he can get there. Here they come down that long back straightaway. Drivers trying to use the toe to their advantage. Gavin Morrison is really good on the entry of the chicane. But we see Javen Tucker pull away a touch on the exit. Really good chicane there. Gavin Morrison was able to pick up some time. Ooh! Tucker dips a tire off. He gains a little time doing so, though. It's really, really easy to over push that boundary at that track. Once you dip a tire or two off, you might as well wave that lap goodbye, because one mishap here can shove you way off into the grass, put you way out of contention. As Gavin Morrison is having a monster first sector so far, closing in on Javen Tucker down to about 0.2 of a second. Taking a look back from the rear bumper of Javen Tucker, Gavin Morrison growing ever so close here on lap number 5. Here comes Morrison. He's trying to take a look. He's going to have a decent run on the straightaway. He's really close now. He's going to have a really good shot at getting some of that toe coming down that back straightaway. This is going to be an excellent passing zone for Gavin Morrison if he can get a look at him. What will he choose to do? This may be one of Gavin Morrison's few shots. He's going to try to take a gander to the inside. Will he try to do something? No, he doesn't. Chooses to tuck back in behind Tucker. Tucker taking the defensive line. Ooh, Morrison messes up the exit of the chicane. Loses a lot of time. Over a second gained by Javen Tucker out of the chicane. Not the corner that Gavin Morrison needed whatsoever. And it looks like Cross Alberti has had some technical issues. He is no longer in the race. He had to retire that car. Unfortunate break for him. Ooh, Peter Braxton slipping and sliding, trying to save it off into the grass in the number 88 machine. Isaiah Smith is going to try to take a look to his inside now. They're racing nose to tail now. Gavin Morrison trying his best to track back down Javen Tucker after that mistake he just made. And you can tell he's pushing that car, slipping and sliding all the way out from one side of the track to the other. We got quite a battle here for P7. Trevor Levine trying to make back up for lost time during that spin earlier. He is all over the rear bumper of that Caterpillar machine. He's going to try to take a look to the side. A little block from Boardward. No, he's... Little contact there. What a block from Boardward in that 22 machine. It's going to be a good passing zone for Trevor Levine if he can get it done. Right along with them here going in this corner. Shoves it to the inside. Side by side for P number 7. Trevor Levine's going to clear his way back up into P7. Oh, he goes off the track though. Both of them off the track, almost spinning. Everyone able to keep it straight though. Man, there must have been another mishap. Javen Tucker has pulled away once again. Another dominant performance so far out of Javen Tucker. Can he get it tonight? Can he win his 22nd career race? That would be most all time in the history of GTO. And the most ever, or most wins in a season at 6. But purple sector out of Gavin Morrison. He's trying his damnedest to track down that 99 car. Mostly spread out now throughout the top 5. Take a gander on back in the pack. Isaac Newton hopping the rumble strips through the S's there. Isaiah Smith just right behind him. Ooh, might have a pass here. Both of them off into the gravel. Nose to tail now for P10. Side by side, Isaiah Smith looking for a pass. And to the top hat. Can he get it done here? Side by side. What a pass by Isaiah Smith. That's why we call him the driver of the day. He's going to clear his way in the 10th. Here comes the crossover move. Oh, Isaiah Smith slipping and sliding off of the corner. Take a gander back up at the lead. Morrison has reeled it back down to just about 7/10 between him and Javen Tucker. Riding along with Gavin Morrison now in P2. You can see that 99 machine just in front of him. Still plenty of time left, plenty of racing left. Javen Tucker has been about as perfect as you can possibly be throughout this race so far. So a mistake out of Tucker, although very uncommon, could happen, and that could put Gavin Morrison right in his lap. Through the S is one of the most scenic parts of the racetrack. A lot of elevation change through here. This part, X of the S is going over this hill. Really easy to upset the car. Spin the tires over that hump as the car gets really light here. Now into the right-hander of the top hat. First right. You really got to set the car in. Downshift. Get the rear end to come around. Short shoot. Try to stay off of the grass like Gavin Morrison does again. He misses the corner entirely. Gavin Morrison slips wide. Drops back to P3. David Pinkston Jr. now up into P2. Gavin Morrison lost a lot of time there. That is not good at all. Puts him 2 seconds behind Javen Tucker now for the lead. Will David Pinkston Jr. have anything to say about Javen Tucker's lead, or will Tucker simply dominate the rest of the race and pull away with yet another victory here in Season 3? Looks like we got a battle brewing up between the McKevitt boys back here for P4. Jack McKevitt all over the tail end of Colin McKevitt in the number 13 machine. Will he take a gander at the turn one? No, Colin McKevitt shuts the door. Jack trying to look for an open window to slip past his brother. Jack McKevitt hoping for a miracle here tonight to keep his championship hopes alive. And looks like Isaac Newton has left the room. Unfortunate. He has retired as well. 2 cars out of the race so far. Still a good amount of racers left on the racing track. Colin McKevitt able to pull back away from his brother for the time being. Gavin Morrison is starting to reel back in David Pinkston Jr. But not really much of a lead change between Javen Tucker and David Pinkston. About a 1.2 seconds, 1.1 seconds now separates the top 2. Looks like Javen Tucker may have messed up the chicane just a touch. David Pinkston Jr. able to gain a couple tenths through there. Tucker trying to get back into that groove, pull back away. Now it's just under a second now between the top 2. David Pinkston Jr. is actually gaining a good amount of time. But the tires and fuel look just about the same. Now, Javen Tucker has been pretty much untouchable through the S's for the first half of this race. Next time around, we'll mark the halfway point. Top 3 separated by just under 2 seconds. Now 4 seconds back is Colin McKevitt and Jack McKevitt. And then right behind them is Trevor Levine, who has gotten past Dante Corrado for P7. Corrado needs about every position he can get. Pinkston Jr. has ran down a tenth faster that time around. Purple sector. We're having a battle starting to heat up for the lead here at the halfway point. David Pinkston Jr. running down the leader of Javen Tucker within 0.5 of a second now. And gaining more time as they head down the hill, cross the stripe, halfway down, halfway to go. Fastest lap of the race just set by David Pinkston Jr. Can he get something? He's within 0.3 of a second of Javen Tucker. Loses some time there on the entry of 1. Can he gain it back through the S's? This is going to be a really important next couple laps. This may be the best shot that David Pinkston Jr. has at making a pass for the lead as he's going all out through the S's. Not letting anything hang back. Gavin Morrison trying to lay it all on the line as well. Back up to 7/10 now. Back down to 6/10 now. Excellent run out of the corner by David Pinkston Jr. in the toe now. He needs to really get a good corner here. Got to back out that entry, get a good run off. And it looks like he does. Can he gain enough time on Javen Tucker? Shaving off the tenths down the back straightaway. Does he have enough time to go for a move in this next corner? Or is he too far back? He has a massive run down the straightaway. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to really make anything happen, but it's the closest anyone's been since Gavin Morrison was a few laps ago. Javen Tucker's off! Javen Tucker misses the chicane! He's off the racing surface! He rejoins the track, but man, he cut a lot. Actually gained some time there. Oh, he's losing some time again. He missed that corner entirely, but here comes David Pinkston Jr. side by side for the lead, going into turn one. David, oh, they make some contact up the hill. Here they come, nose to tail. Javen Tucker trying to look for the lead once again. Big mistake out of Javen Tucker through the chicane. Now all of this racing has allowed Gavin Morrison to close back in. He's almost within a second of these two guys. Nose to tail for the lead. Javen Tucker makes another mistake. Javen Tucker's off the racetrack again. Shoots through another S. And that gives him a run off of the racetrack in the grass. Javen Tucker gains some time off of the racing surface. Not quite sure if we're really alright with that, but here comes a crossover move out of David Pinkston Jr. side by side for the lead once again. Side by side for the lead between Javen Tucker and David Pinkston Jr. Here comes Gavin Morrison. This could be a 3-car battle for the lead here. Just past the halfway point, the lead is as hot as air. Here comes Javen Tucker to the inside. He's going to try to make a move. Javen Tucker's made a big mistakes the last couple laps. He clips the grass once again. 3-car battle for the lead. Here they come down the last corner side by side to the stripe to complete lap number 12. David Pinkston Jr. is going to clear him by a nose at the line. Pinkston Jr. back to the lead. Here comes Gavin Morrison. 3-car battle for the lead. What a race it is shaping up to be so far. We thought Javen Tucker was going to run away with it, but one big mistake after the other led to Javen Tucker falling into the clutches of these two guys. Now Gavin Morrison trying to get past Javen Tucker. All three of these guys searching for their set or more than their first win of the season so far. Javen Tucker looking for his 6th win of the season. Can he get back to David Pinkston Jr. or will Gavin Morrison try to slip past the McKevitt boys? Now coming into the picture back here for P4 on back. This race for the lead is starting to heat up. These guys doing battle at the front now. 3 cars nose to tail now, with just a handful of laps here to go. Who can get it done? Who can finish it off? We've seen the mistake out of Javen Tucker. Not the best chicane by David Pinkston Jr. That opens the door for Javen Tucker down the final corner. He's got to run. Can he make something happen this next lap? Slipping and sliding their way onto the front stretch. Excellent entry the first turn by David Pinkston Jr. Able to pull away just a tad. Javen Tucker still within shooting distance though. Oh, excellent entry to the X's or S's by Javen Tucker. 3 cars battling it out for the win here. Colin McKevitt trying to make his presence known. It's been a little while since we've seen Colin McKevitt get in the victory lane. He could definitely spoil the party if these 3 tangle. Riding along now with the P2 driver, Javen Tucker, as he tries to run down, slipping and sliding to try to catch Pinkston Jr. down the back straightaway. Dante Corrado had technical issues. He had the DNF out of this race. That is not good at all for his championship chances whatsoever. Oh, not a good entry by David Pinkston Jr. This could be the shot Tucker's looking for. He goes to the right side, side by side for the lead once again. Javen Tucker side by side with David Pinkston Jr. Can they make it stick? Yes, they does. Slipping and sliding. Here comes Gavin Morrison. Up to P2. Morrison with the run. David Pinkston Jr. just like that. Got side by side with Tucker. Slips back to third. Here comes Morrison looking at a shot for the lead. Now they don't want to let Javen Tucker run away again. Can Gavin Morrison stay within touch of Javen Tucker? Tucker starting to pull away once again. Going to be coming to 5 laps to go this time around. The McKevitt boys have closed in on this lead battle. These guys giving it all they can to try to stay within touch of Javen Tucker. Tucker able to reclaim that lead after those costly mistakes that cost him that top spot for the last few laps. The top half of the leaderboard starting to close back in on each other. Pinkston Jr. trying to get past Gavin Morrison once again. Still a good amount of racing left. Through the final turn, Javen Tucker sets his fastest lap of the race with a 1:29.6. Excellent lap time out of him. Junior trying to take a look at Gavin Morrison. Morrison with the defensive line heading into turn 1. So these two get the racing. That could cost them a shot at trying to get past Tucker for the win. Javen Tucker wants these two guys to do battle. Purple sector out of Javen Tucker. Tucker driving like his life is on the line. He really wants to break that record here tonight. We're at 5 laps to go. Only a handful of laps for these guys to do it and get it done. Can Tucker hang on? Can he be flawless to the end? Will Gavin Morrison or David Pinkston Jr. be able to come up and spoil the party? Or will the McKevitt boys have something to say about it there? They've been steady creeping closer to this lead battle. Still within 3 seconds of these guys up front. They can see them in their sights. Oh, what a chicane. Ooh, Morrison misses the exit. That opens the door for David Pinkston. Side by side for P2 coming down the hill. Morrison goes out wide. That allows for Pinkston to clear the crossover move. Can't Morrison get there? Not quite. Will he have a run going in the turn 1? All of this, they stayed within touch of Javen Tucker. Ooh, Pinkston Jr. sideways, drifting his way up the hill. That allows for Tucker to gain some more time on these two. 4 more laps to go here at Road Atlanta. These two guys all over each other for P2. Looks like they might need Tucker setting another purple sector. Boy, Wharton, the fastest lap of the race at the 128.5. That's impossible. They had to do some cutting there for sure, so the stewards will have something to look at that. Nose to tail here for P2 once again. Morrison trying to set up a pass once again. These guys doing battle. Will definitely help Tucker side by side in the chicane. Morrison trying to make it stick. And it looks like he does. He makes his way back up in the P2 spot. Coming up to 3 laps to go at the stripe. Can Tucker hang on? Remember, Tucker made a mistake earlier. All this time, these two guys doing battle, they've actually gained some time here on Javen Tucker. Still about 9/10 back, but anything can happen here at Road Atlanta. Really easy for any of these guys up front to make a mistake. I would not count out anybody in this race as of right now. The top three could easily win this thing. The Kevin boys could spoil the party if the top three draw near and do battle once again. Tucker using every bit of track he can possibly find. Tucker has went purple through the first sector about every single lap the last couple times around. He's been really, really fast through the S's, but can he keep it up? There's a really fine line of speed and danger here at Road Atlanta. Really, really easy to overstep that boundary. Really easy to make a mistake. Gavin Morrison trying to push hard to make a run at Javen Tucker. He's knocking off a few tenths here and there. Morrison down around 8/10 of a second. Still a pretty decent gap as Tucker sets another purple sector. Into the chicane. Going to come up to 2 laps to go here. Morrison really reeling Javen Tucker in, though. He's been setting a blistering pace behind Javen Tucker. Down the hill, 2 to go here at Road Atlanta. Fastest lap of Javen Tucker. And fastest lap out of Gavin Morrison. Gavin Morrison will get the fastest lap of the race. Gavin Morrison misses turn 1. No, he is off the racetrack. Able to keep it from hitting the wall, but Gavin Morrison gets reset of that. He's back to 5th place, 6th place. Gavin Morrison's chances at running down Javen Tucker are all but over. What a tough break from Gavin Morrison. That moves Jack McKevitt up to P3. And the only guy that has a shot at getting Javen Tucker is David Pinkston Jr. Gavin Morrison just set his fastest lap of the race. And unfortunately, it gets overshadowed by him going off the track in the next corner, ruining his chances at chasing down the leader. Javen Tucker with a pretty comfortable 2.5 lead now between him and David Pinkston Jr. He's going to have to hold it for about a lap and a half if he wants to win here at Road Atlanta. Can Javen Tucker break the record for most wins all time in GTO? Can he go back-to-back once again? Can Javen Tucker be flawless for just one more lap? Here he comes down the hill. The white flag is in the air. One more lap to go for Spec E46 at Road Atlanta. Will David Pinkston Jr. have anything to say about it? One more lap to go. Both of these guys have to be flawless. Will Javen Tucker back up his pace just a touch to try to keep the car clean? Or will he continue to ride that edge? Here he comes down the S, is one of the fastest parts of the racetrack for Javen Tucker. Still about 1.2 seconds separate the top two. Up the hill, down the short chute one more time. Both of these guys going purple in sector number 1. Still 1.2 seconds separates the top two. Looks like it's going to need a miracle for David Pinkston Jr. to be able to close in. Can he get it done? David Pinkston Jr.'s got to run. Javen Tucker's going to need to be flawless through this chicane if he wants to get this race done. Through the chicane one final time. Javen Tucker up and under the bridge, down the hill one last time. Javen Tucker makes GTO history. Javen Tucker is the winningest driver ever in GTO, winning at Road Atlanta. David Pinkston Jr. falls short. P2 and P3 will be coming. Give it a 3-wide battle across the line for P3. What a battle for P3. P6 will be Gavin Morrison. P7 looks like will be Ward Warner when he comes around, I believe. But Javen Tucker with the point situation at hand and the bad race out of Dante Corrado that could have clinched him the championship. We will have to double check the points after the race. But Javen Tucker is one step closer to solidifying himself as a 3-time champion in GTO. But Javen Tucker's just made history. The winningest driver ever in GTO and the most wins ever in a single GTO season at 6. Let's talk tonight's winner, Javen Tucker. Let's see how he was able to get it done. Javen Tucker, man, you just made GTO history. How does it feel to be able to knock that one off of the checklist and win here tonight and get one step closer to solidifying yourself as a 3-time GTO champion?
That's one I've been gunning for a while since we started the Champion Series, but I will say that middle part of the race was really scary because I almost wrecked the car probably 3 times trying to chase down E3.
Yeah, made some big mistake there, able to rebound though. But what does it mean just to be the winningest driver and kind of solidify yourself as a true legend in the GTO series and the best of all time?
That's pretty special, Miles. GTO's really means a lot to be at the top of this series at the moment.
Well, congratulations. Don't party too hard after that one, and congratulations on another win here tonight.
Thank you.
There, Javen Tucker celebrating in victory lane. Let's talk to the P2 finisher, finishing just short. Let's talk to David Pinkston Jr. David, you finished P2, came up just short, man. Had a shot there, made some mistakes there, unfortunately fell just behind Tucker. How was that race for you? I guess it wasn't that good. He's crying. Upset. We will go to the third place finisher. Colin McKevitt actually finished P3. Let's talk to Colin McKevitt. What's up, Colin? Able to grab a podium here tonight. Pretty good finish for that team. So how you feeling after that podium?
This is one of my favorite tracks, so I'm glad I was able to do something good with it. Jack and I were battling for damn near the whole race, and the battle at the end really heated up, and then Trevor was catching us. And he almost took third away from Jack and I.
Yeah, it was pretty close one at the line, but congratulations, you got another podium.
Thank you.
And let's take a look at the final finishing order. Javen Tucker, the points leader, extends his lead and pretty much solidifies himself as a 3-time champion. Javen Tucker basically just has to finish the next 2 races in order to solidify himself as a 3-time champion. Javen Tucker wins, breaking the record for all-time wins and most wins in a season. P2, David Pinkston Jr., P3, Colin McKevitt, P4, Jack McKevitt, P5, Trevor Levine, P6, Gavin Morrison, P7, Board Burton, P8, Peter Braxton, P9, Isaiah Smith, P10 will be Austin Minnick, P11 will be Cross Alberti, P12 will be Isaac Newton, and P13 will be Dante Corrado. So what a race here tonight at Road Atlanta. Your winner, Javen Tucker, breaks the record and makes it one step closer to being a 3-time champion. Thank you for watching the Spec E46 race here tonight at GTO. We hope to see you next week for F3500s at Monza. That's going to be following the throwback weekend of GTO. So make sure to throw your throwback schemes on for that one. It's going to be one that you don't want to miss. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Make sure to check us out on Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube. Y'all have a great rest of your evening.